Everybody, this is Angelo Quinones, and I made a commentary on the 2024 presidential election with Trump won and Harris lost. I like to repeat, though, history has it that just because you lose the first or even second time around doesn't mean that you're not going to become president. Okay, Joe Biden had to retire from the race in the 1980s, okay? And then in 2008, he lost, and in 2020, he ran and he won. Okay, so that's just the deal, and so that's just it. Nixon lost in 1960, and then he won around, I would say, 1968. I think in 1968 he won around 1968, or I think it was 1968, and then the other election was in 1972. He had a leave the White House in disgrace around 1974. You understand what I'm saying? A Republican, by the way. Okay, Watergate. Now, let me give you some statistics of Donald Trump. He was born on June the 14th. Okay, 1946, 2 years before Israel became a nation, a state. Very interesting. Around 1 year after the war. Okay, World War One or two, actually. So he's actually a baby boomer. Actually, he's a baby boomer. Okay, and then Harris was born on October the 20th. 1964, the era of the Beatles. Okay, that was the great year of the Beatles coming into the United States and taking them by storm. You understand what I'm saying? She just reached her 60th birthday. Trump reached his 78th birthday. Okay? When Trump leaves, he has to leave. When Trump leaves, okay, he will be 82 years old. He'll be 82. He'll be 82, almost 83. You understand what I'm saying? Next year, he's going to be 79. The other year, it's going to be 80. The other year, he's going to be 81. After that, he's going to be 82. And so that's just the deal. So he has to leave. He has to leave office. He just can't remain there. And so that's just it. Now, if he could have, he would have remained the other time he was there in office, but he had to leave knowing that he would be known as an invader, an intruder in the grounds of the White House. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just it. Let me give you some final counts of the election. Trump won around 76 million, so he didn't break the all-time record of 81 million plus votes by Joe Biden, his old buddy, and pow. You understand what I'm saying? So he still couldn't break the all-time record, meaning if Joe Biden ran, and the same thing happened, they say the same things would have happened. You understand what I'm saying? If Joe Biden would have run against Trump and all the numbers remain the same, the Biden numbers of 2020, 81 million, the Trump numbers of 2024, even greater than 2020, where he has 74 million votes. Okay, he had around 76 million votes, but he still would have been behind in the popular vote by 5 million. 5 million. I don't think that nobody ever is going to break the all-time record of Joe Biden, 81 million votes. Kamala Harris had 71 million votes. 71 to 72 million votes. Trump had 75 to 76 million votes. Okay, so he won the popular vote for the first time in his running for office. He lost the popular vote against Clinton in 2016 and against, obviously, Joe Biden in 2020. And again, he won the popular vote against Harris in 2024. She has 71 to 72 million votes, and he has 75 to 76 million votes. And I don't even think they're done counting them yet, but they're not going to get any much higher than that because California, which is the biggest takeaway, is already said and done. Okay, so that's just a deal. Now, the picture you see here was the debate and campaign, which Harris won. And Donald Trump, he knew that, he couldn't afford her blasting him in two more debates, or at least one more debate, because she would have got a jump out of that. and so that's just the deal. He couldn't afford that. So I mean, he cowers away from these debates and campaigns because in that sense he's smart, and in that sense he's a coward. Okay, so he's smart and a coward at the same time. A coward, he plays keep away. Smart, he understands that one of the reasons why you lose elections is because of these debates. Bush with the looking at the watch, okay, around 1992. You understand what I'm saying? Mondale, losing a debate between him and Reagan, about him being young and inexperienced. I mean, that's how you gain points in these debates. So what Trump does, he doesn't show up. So the other side won't pick up any points. That's why he refused to debate, not one debate of the primaries of the Republican primaries of 2024. He didn't show up. Not one primary, not one debate, not one campaign, nothing whatsoever. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just the deal. Now, the thing about the Republicans that you want to know, that even though they say they're Christian people, some of them they say they're Christian people, they're not Christian people. They're very demonically possessed, a lot of them. You just look at, and I challenge you, look at the Madison Square Garden a campaign that Trump held in New York City. And you see people yelling and screaming, and you just really demonically possessed pigs. I think that that just because you're a Republican, it doesn't mean that you're a Christian person, and and just because you're a Democrat doesn't mean you're a Christian person either. By their fruits you shall know them, said the Lord Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just a deal. Now, I already said in my first recording that Harris spoke too much about abortion. Okay, too much about abortion. For me, that's not a big issue for me. It's not. Listen, I don't mean anybody harm or anything like that. Listen, if your life is in danger, well, okay, But the problem is it doesn't speak to everybody, and it wasn't the number one issue. Even with all of that said and done, it wasn't the number one issue. The number one issues were, the economy and the border. After that, it could be abortion number 3 or abortion number 4, even number 5. Okay, I think number 3 was the security of the nation, the Constitution, the threat to democracy. I think that was number 3 or number 4, and after that was abortion. Okay, you understand what I mean? So it wasn't abortion just because she was speaking about abortion doesn't mean that was the main thing that people wanted to hear about. Okay. To some people, the economy was bad. It wasn't good. I already said in my first campaign, that campaign for the truth, that it's very hard to listen to people that the economy is bad when you're 200 or 300 pounds. Okay, and then you're playing video game. You're wasting money on video games and movies and hobbies and expensive hobbies and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? And gambling, and coming home and not giving food to your parents or to your wife or to your kiddies, and you just gamble the whole salary away, and then you put on your exit polls, I didn't vote for Harris because the thing is, the economy, I didn't have enough money. Yeah, because you gambled it away. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying most of these people say, the economy. These people have stores and shops. You understand what I'm saying? The economy wasn't so great under Trump during the pandemic. It wasn't so great, was it? It wasn't. We got out of that mess, and now you put a man in there, who was involved in the greatest lie, probably in the history of the United States. I'm just saying, one of them anyway. That we'll get over this soon, that there's no danger, blah, blah, blah. And then he's recorded to say, well, if we tell them the truth, then all hell will break loose. No, you tell people the truth. I don't know if Harris wants to run again. I think she'll run again. She'll be in the primaries again. I think she'll do better. I mean, she has 4 years to make herself known in Kansas City. I think that she needs to win Kansas City. She needs to have some cushion. She just can't go in it. Like, for example, he won 30 states of the 50. Okay, he won all the swing states. He won this. Check this out. He won the Southern Belt, okay? The Southern Belt. And he won Georgia. He won Arizona. He won North Carolina. He won Nevada. He won Pennsylvania. He won Michigan. He won Wisconsin. He won all of the battleground states, all 7 of them. He only won one, I think, in 2020 against Joe Biden, which was North Carolina, and then he lost all the others. Okay. So I mean, we have some work to do. The Democratic Party has some work to do, but that's normal. It's not a big thing. Now, you see the Republicans, pumping out that chest like roosters and stuff like that. Look at us. And I think that Trump gives the excuse of the Republican Party. Let me just touch the picture before it goes dim on me. He gives them the excuse to act like kids again, to act like wild high school kids again. That's how you see them talking. Like, this is not going to last forever. So they got control of the House. They got control of the Senate. I think like 53 to 47. And then recently, I believe the House of Representatives flipped to the Republicans. Okay. You needed 218 actually to do that. Okay. But just because you have 218 votes House of Representatives, it doesn't mean that everything's going to go your way. But you listen, you say you were bitching and whining and complaining. Trump was bitching and whining and complaining. Okay, you freaking Republicans, you understand what I'm saying? You were bitching and whining and complaining that Trump didn't have Congress on his side to complete the wall. Now you do for 2 freaking years. I don't want to hear any excuses about the freaking border in 4 years. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no freaking excuses. Listen, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from Denise Lenore. I don't want to hear it from anybody else. I don't want to hear it. Now, you're going to have, okay, you understand what I'm saying? 8 freaking years as president to complete the freaking wall. 8 freaking years. What the hell else you want? You got only 2 terms. So you got this one, okay, had a vacation, and then you won the one in 2016. I don't want to hear crap about that you didn't have Congress on your side. You have Congress on your side right now. You have Congress on your side right now. You control the Republican Party by the tail. I don't want to hear squat. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that, I didn't have Congress on my side. I couldn't complete the freaking wall because I didn't have Congress. No, you got Congress. So get it done. And listen, I champion the wall, man. You ever heard of the Great Wall of China? Huh? I listen, they had a wall in King Kong's movie. You understand what I'm saying? I'm used to having walls. You know what I mean? We have walls around our yard. I don't have mine, but, not yet. But, there's walls. Either you call them fences to separate, your house from somebody else's crib. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new about that. You got a dam holding back water. That's a wall. I don't care about a wall. I don't want no drug dealers in the United States from other countries. I don't want any murders or whatever the case may be. No, but not everybody is like that. Just because you're an immigrant doesn't mean you're a murderer or a rapist or whatever the case may be. You can't come in the United States illegally. I champion that. Now, Democrats probably were so stupid, fellow Democrats, by the way, because they say, well, let them come and then they'll become Democrats. No, it's not like that, though, man. Because the same people that you let in could be Republicans one day. Donald Trump had 46% of the Spanish vote. And some of those people were immigrants who the Democrats let in. You understand what I mean? So just because they're Spanish, it doesn't mean they're going to go the Democratic way. Once they learn about abortion and this and that, and you're talking about some people are on that side are evangelicals or Catholics or whatever the case may be, they're not going to vote Democratic. Even though the Democrats are the one who helped them come into the United States illegally in the first place. So you let this red wave potentially come in the United States to vote the other way. So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're shooting yourselves on the foot. You Democrats. I'm just saying. You don't know how the hell they're gonna be voting, these people, these Democrats, man. If they're even gonna vote at all. One of the key elements of Harris losing this campaign was the border. That's absolutely, I mean, if there was no border issue, that's why Trump didn't want Congress to fix the border issue. That was one of the main things, and the economy. They were like twins. You understand what I'm saying? Let me just touch the picture before, my phone dims out and then all hell is going to break loose and I have to do another recording. You understand what I'm saying? Harris lost because Joe Biden did nothing for the border, to control the border. Nothing. They wanted all hell to break loose, but they wasn't anticipating, you understand what I'm saying? That Trump was going to win it, that Trump was going to run again, because he didn't run in 2020. He didn't run in 2021. He started running in 2022 when he knew that he was going to go to jail. And it was too late. All hell already broke loose. The border was out of control, and that was used as a talking point in debates and campaigns, and finally in the freaking election. You understand what I'm saying? They shot themselves in the foot. Okay, Joe and Harris, and I love those dear people. I really do. Not exactly geniuses when it comes to debating the issues or running a campaign. Even though she ran a wonderful campaign in 107 days. What the hell can she do? Joe didn't want to, listen. All he had to do is leave office, okay, on the third year and make her president. That's all. Make her the freaking president, man. If the people don't want to break the glass ceiling because they're scared to death, break it yourself. With a hammer. Break the damn ceiling of glass. It's already cracked anyway. I mean, good God, man. I don't know if Joe trusted Harris. Maybe he didn't trust her as president. And maybe he didn't trust her that she could win. They're best of friends, and they're dear buddies and pals, and they've been together for 4 years, and that brings people together. But when all is said and done, I don't think that he trusted Harris whatsoever in winning against Trump and in governing the nation. He could talk all he wants, but why didn't you just get out and make her president? And then it could be. Then he'll be out. He won't even be there in the White House. So the people could judge the last year and a half or something like that, or the last year, by what Harris does. Because Joe was still there. That's the problem. He was like gum on a shoe. He was too much of a burden to bear. That's why she lost. She lost because she lost because of Joe Biden, number one. Gaza, number 2, the economy, number 3, and the border, number 4. Take your choice. I don't care if listen, if they're blacks, the kids play with, and you shake them all up in a bag, and I don't care which one you pick first. Gaza was a killer for the Harris campaign. A killer. No pun intended. A killer. Why? Well, you know how many Arabs didn't vote for Harris because of the freaking war? If there was no war against Gaza, you understand what I'm saying? If there was no war, all those people would have voted, okay, for Harris, okay, and not for Trump. Or at least a high percentage, maybe 90%. But no. Gaza. You see? I mean, it changed everything. It changed the whole landscape of the election. You understand what I'm saying? And I wonder what happened to the Polish people in Pennsylvania. Did they vote for Harris? Because, you're next. I'm just saying. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that Poland is not going to be attacked again like it was in 1939. I'm just saying, there's no guarantee. Where were they at? You know, that's one thing that CNN and nobody, ABC, CSNBC, NBC, nobody reported. Okay, let me just touch the thing. Nobody reported on how many Polish people voted, you understand what I'm saying, against Trump in Pennsylvania. And she said that was 800,000 of them. I don't know. Did some vote for her? Not all, because it's not like they're being attacked now. They don't have to vote now. You know, that's not happening now. When that happens, then they'll go out and vote. That's what happens. But I'll tell you one thing, though. The Puerto Rican vote, the Republicans are not going to have the Puerto Rican vote in 2028. So enjoy it now. Enjoy all your bitching and whining and your laughter now. See, this is the thing, that the party that wins always bitches and throws this nice little party, and then they strut their stuff and look at Ash. Enjoy it. I already told you. Out of the last 18 campaigns for presidency, it's about 9-9. Or about 9 to last 17 is about 9 to 8. Around the Republicans are either tied with the Democrats 9-9, or they're in the lead. You understand what I'm saying? Like let's say, okay, all right, 9-8 in the last 17 presidential elections. It's like something like that. It's like something like that. The only thing that's vague is like, I think let me see. So a Republican was president around 1956. Okay, so that's one. Let's count the Republicans first. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So that's one. And then you skip you go to 68, and I think that Nixon won 68, and then he won 72, and then Reagan won it twice, and then Bush Sr. won. So that's what is it? That's 6. Okay, all right, and then Bush won it twice. Okay, so that's 9 actually. And then Trump won it actually, and no, that's 8. I'm counting 8. And Trump won it twice, so that's 10. That's not, so it's not 9, it's actually 10. All right, so let's go back. Okay, let's go back. And so Kennedy won. Lyndon B. Johnson won, I think, in 64 or whatever it was. So that's 2. And then Carter won. And then Clinton won. So that's 5. He won twice. And then you have Obama winning twice. So that's 7. Okay. And Joe Biden winning once. And that's 10-8. Okay. So in the last 18 presidential elections, okay, the last 18, okay, the Republicans won 10 and the Democrats won 8. Okay? So let me see, that's 10 to 8. So that's more than if you count like 18 and 10 out of 18, that's more than 50%. So there's no surprise that the Republicans won. It goes back and forth, and sometimes it's 2 terms plus 1, or just 2 terms for Obama, 2 terms for Clinton, 2 terms for Reagan, 2 terms for Bush, like that. It's like that. 2 terms. Kennedy would have had probably 2 terms. So Lyndon B. Johnson after him, and like that, and whatever the case may be, and 2 terms for Nixon. You understand what I'm saying? Carter had 1 term. Joe had 1 term. You understand what I'm saying? So it's basically a tie. It's not like the Republicans are running away with it like 15 to 3. You understand what I mean? It's just this stuff historically, and the last and you have to put it like this. Let me see. 40 years, 64 years, 68 years. The last almost 70 years. The last 70 years has seen, you understand what I'm saying? To be exact, really 68 years. The last 68 years have seen, you understand what I'm saying? 18 elections. 18 freaking elections. 18. And the Republicans won 10. Now, that's a lot. Okay, 2 more, because 2 more is 8 years. Okay? Who were the greatest presidents during that time? Well, you had Kennedy, you had Reagan, and you had Obama. The most influential, the most popular. You understand what I'm saying? The most charismatic. You had those three. After that, I mean, you know. So this isn't. Let me just touch the picture. So there's no surprise, and that's what we bitching, whining, and complaining about. So they won, so what? And then in 4 years we're gonna win, or whatever the case may be. And it goes back and forth. Nobody dominates these things. It's not like the Democrats are dominating or the Republicans are dominating. You understand what I'm saying? So let them bitch and whine and complain and laugh and everything. You know, throw their stuff all they want to. When we win, either in 4 or 8 years or whatever the case may be, because we will win again. It's not like we're going to be losing, 20 elections in a row. No, that's not the case. The worst that we ever did during all of this, okay, was 3 terms. Reagan twice and Bush once. That's the 12 years they were in power. From 1980 to 1992. And then we had 2 terms in a row. And then they had 2 terms in a row. And then we had 2 terms in a row. We were like that. A lot of terms. You understand what I'm saying? And then Trump won and Joe Biden won and Trump won again. And God knows who's going to win after that. You understand what I'm saying? And Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson going back to back in the belly to belly. You understand what I'm saying? And before that, the Republicans. It's why we bitching and whining and complaining? We lost, so what? The Constitution isn't going anywhere, guys. Nobody is greater than the Constitution. No one man can abolish the Constitution. No one. Now he's putting loyalists in there, okay? He put loyalists before. He put people that were loyal and that were kissing his ass before. They were kissing his ass before. I'm just saying, were they kissing his ass, yes or no? They were kissing his ass in 2016. And then the same people that kissed his ass, and then that lady that was the press secretary, she was kissing Trump's ass during the whole 4 years. And then she ended up being in a Democratic convention. And saying, so I ain't gonna kiss his ass no more. So the same people that he's putting in, all these knuckleheads, Kennedy, who's a joke. Bobby Kennedy Jr., I mean, the guy is not an expert on health. You know what I mean? And then he gets Eli Musk to talk to Iran. Come on, man, why? To stay away from assassination. That's all. But the problem is, and I'm speaking now really as a reporter, once these Arabs, swear on their God, they have to carry it through. You can be friendly to Iran, or you want to say, I want them to succeed, but I don't want them just to have a nuclear weapon. I got this bullshit. I'm just saying, it's crap. It's like insulting Muhammad. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? To them, you can't insult Muhammad, and to them, you can't kill certain people, because what they're gonna do, they're gonna swear that they're gonna have your head, and then they have to see it through. I'll give you a biblical example of this. Okay, I know I'm using strong language, but I'll give you a biblical answer as a born again Christian. Okay. Remember the birthday party of Herod? And remember that she, the daughter of Herod, danced so sensually and so nicely, or whatever the case may be, really pleased, the people there. And pleased her father. You understand what I'm saying? To such a degree that in Greek, he used the partitive genitive. I will give unto you a half of my kingdom. In Greek, that's the partitive genitive. The genitive case is the most richest of all the cases in Greek. Okay, the partitive genitive, the genitive of relationship, the genitive of description, the genitive of opposition, the genitive of place, the genitive of time, and all this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's the richest of all the cases. But Herod used, an oath. He said, he promised by an oath in front of his buddies and pals that, that I will give you anything unto the half of my kingdom. So he had to do it in front of everybody. He was swearing. So what Iran has to do, they have to carry it out. Now, what the United States has to do is get rid of the person who made the oath. That's all. Okay. So you don't have him hanging around. You destroy him, and so you don't have anybody who made a pact. You got to find out the people who made the oath and get rid of them. That's all. Knock them off. That's all. That's all you got to do. Knock off the tiger who made the oath. That's all. Just blow him away. That's all. The person who made the oath, you blow away. That's all. That's just all there is to it. So there ain't no person that has an oath over their head. You understand what I'm saying? That he has to commit and he has to keep. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. It's as simple as that. So that's just a deal. You don't get Elon Musk to talk to Iran, man. You know that Trump is scared. You know that Trump is scared, man. If you had this idiot, okay, who didn't even know how to shoot, okay, because if he was an expert shot, if he was an expert assassin, okay, we wouldn't be talking right now. But this guy was a lousy shot. Okay, the guy who shot Kennedy, I mean, he was in the military in 1963. He wasn't a lousy shot. He was an expert. You understand what I'm saying? So the guy who took a shot at Trump in Pennsylvania, he wasn't a great shot. He was known as a lousy shot. So imagine if he was a good shot. If he was an expert marksman. Well, we wouldn't be discussing anything right now. There wouldn't have been the election. There wouldn't have been this the way it was anyway. You know, Meet the Press, actually, and I forgot his name, Tim, I forgot the last name, though, but he was in Meet the Press since the 60s, and he passed away in 2008, and he the last presidential candidate that he spoke to that actually became president was Obama. And I had all those DVDs and stuff like that in my house way back in the States, but I don't have them anymore. It's too bad, though, because I could have put them on YouTube and, got some views and stuff like that. But, what are you going to do? That's old news anyway. It's not like you're going to get a million views unless something else happens. You understand what I'm saying? But he said something like to this effect that an act of God. There you go. An act of... these things that happen, okay, are acts of God. Allowing Trump to is not only that, assassinations that take place, okay, Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, an act of God that took the life of that allowed of taking of the life of the girlfriend or whatever of Ted Kennedy, and that blew away his campaign in 1968. He couldn't even run again for president, except for I think in the 70s. I think he ran for president, but he still didn't make it. Now, if he was Trump doing that, okay, all right, in 2016, nobody would have gave a damn about it. But things like that is things. If Trump was running in the 1960s, he wouldn't even have been nominated. Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, there's no way that he would have even have been nominated for his party. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? There were certain things that you didn't do in the country. Okay, now you can almost do anything and get away with it. You understand what I'm saying? There used to be a time that the things that Trump did were indecent to Christian people. But now Christian people don't give a damn about it. I'm just saying. And they call themselves Christians. They're not really Christian people. They're not. They're tares in the midst of the wheat. They're ghosts in the midst of the sheep. And God is going to separate them at the great, the white throne. Or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But he spoke about Tim. I forgot his. He was a burly guy. He was a very cheerful looking, happy face sort of a dude. The moderator of Meet the Press. I forgot his name. But anyway, that's not important. But what's important is the acts of God. But the acts of God could go the other way also. When he was spared, I said, this guy is gonna win. This guy, if he was meant to lose, he would have been killed right there on the spot. Listen, I'm not wishing any ill on anybody. I'm just reporting the facts. Okay? Just like Richard Basehart was talking about the 4 days in November or whatever the case may be, the presidential the Kennedy assassination. I mean, that's what we do. Okay? Even Trump said that he wants to open and review the assassination of Kennedy and get to the bottom of this, which is also dangerous. You don't want to do that. Maybe the CIA is going to get involved. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's so many times that you could open Pandora's box. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? There's a reason why all those pages were blacked out. Meaning not blacked out completely, but, the writings on it were just blacked out by heavy magic marker or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? And if they're copies of them, well, just forget about it. You're never going to get to the bottom of it. You can't take away magic marker from copies. You understand what I mean? They're there, and the stuff that was there originally in the background and the originals are gonna shot. No pun intended. You understand what I'm saying? What are we bitching and whining and complaining about? There'll be no election. Nobody's greater than the Constitution. Nobody's greater than the country. The country is not going to allow one man to be dictator. That's not going to happen. You can want to be a dictator or you want in the United States, but it's not going to last. Why are Americans there in the first place? Well, because they revolted against the king of England. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't want a king over them. So, you think that's just going to end right now? Remember, 71 million people, okay? There's 350 million or 330 million people in the United States of America. You understand what I'm saying? 71 of those million people voted for Harris. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, man. McCain didn't even get that. She got, I don't know, let me see. The all-time is 81, Joe Biden. The second all-time is the one that Trump did. Trump did this year, around 76 million, still 5 million short. Then he did 74 million, sorry about that. Then he did 74 million, okay, Trump. Got 74 million in the popular vote count. You understand what I'm saying? In 2020, so that's the third of all time, right? So I will guess that the fourth greatest of all time, okay, is Harris's 71 or 72 million. She got in the top 5. Okay, all right. Now, I don't know when this stuff was started to be counted, but for 48 presidents, that's not that bad. 48 presidential races. I mean, she got 71. Obama didn't get 71, I think. I got to go back and see. He got in the 60s. I got to check that out. I know that 74 was the second greatest, so he didn't get 74. And nobody did in the 80s except for Joe. He got 81 plus. So, the country's going to still be there, man. The country has been there for years, going through wars and rumors of wars. You understand what I'm saying? Look out, Rollins, and let's get to the... And I think she's going to run again. I think she'll run again. Now, listen, she's already 60 years old. Her birthday was on October the 20th, meaning Harris. You understand what I'm saying? She's already in her 60s. She's not a spring chicken anymore. She's not like she's 40 years old, guys. You need to be 35 years of age to run for president. To be president of the United States, there are qualifications. You have to be a citizen of the United States. You have to be born you have to be born in the United States or born on a boat like McCain was. Okay, that belong to the United States. You understand what I'm saying? Be 35 years of age. You understand? She's 60 years old. She's gonna be, when she runs again, she's gonna be like 64. And when she's sworn in, would she be like, let me see, 65? I mean, that's not old, but if she loses when she's 64 or 65, well, she has only like one more shot to do it until she's almost 70. I mean, you know what I mean? Is she going to excite the base again and again and again? No. Listen, the second time around of Obama's term, I mean, he didn't have the same excitement that he did when he first came out. I mean, little grayer, older. Everybody knew that you didn't change the world like you said you were going to do. And so, like, the spontaneity, the excitement is gone, is dead. Now, that's just history. Can Trump win again? He can't even run again. Forget about Trump. He's gone. Unless they change, okay, the term limits. You got 2 term limits and that's it, 8 years. 4 for each. And unless he expands that, okay, but if he expands that, well, then Obama can run. And it want to be interesting that Obama will enter in as a candidate. Obviously, he would win. He would beat everybody. And then Trump will win his, I don't know if somebody's going to want somebody who's, 83 years old, though. That's the problem about him. He's too freaking old. But they don't care. They kiss his ass anyway. Because he's their David. And that was a black woman down south saying that, though. Down south. He's our David. Come on, man. I ain't got a racist bone in my body, man. My sister-in-law is black. I'm Spanish. I'm born and raised in the United States of America. You understand what I'm saying? Raised in the hood. You understand what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I ain't got a racist bone in my body, man. I got black friends galore in the hood, in the basketball park. You know what I mean? That's just in the Bronx. That's just a deal. But it's amazing how a woman, knowing what Trump said about her race, can vote for a guy like that, though, man. Let me tell you something. What I saw Harris do, and then you might disagree, and she might disagree, but I think this was true. She made an address, I think at the White House. I think it was at the White House. It was indoors. Okay? You understand what I mean? And she was saying what a terrible thing it would be for Trump to be voted in because of national security or because it's bad for the nation. He's a threat to democracy. And then, something? When people wanted to ask her questions when she was finished, you could see before she turned, she was very upset. She turned her back to the reporters. It's like she almost turned her back to America. Not in a bad way. But it's like saying, quote, you guys are good. I'm seeing the polls. I know that I'm going to lose. I can't believe that America is going to vote for this piece of crap. End quote. And I'm not even quoting her. It's just her body language. So it's like, you're gonna vote for this piece of crap. She didn't even take one question from anybody there. I wish I could get you the, in the future, when I get my computer, I want to see if I could overlay, download my videos and then put them in Corel Video Studio and overlay them with the stuff that I'm talking about. Because it would be very nice to have, actual footage and video and clips and stuff like that, You know what I mean? But I'll never forget that. It's not like she was turning her back on me. She was turning her back on America in a way that a mother would turn her back on her own children when they're acting disgustingly bad. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you an example of that. And I'm not trying to, get Harris in any trouble. And what one person is going to view this? Now, when I'm dead and buried, maybe that's when things will kick up and, the name of Angelo will be popular and stuff like that because of my Bible studies. But that's another thing altogether. You understand what I mean? Now, how many people are going to watch this? 10 people? Okay. Me and a couple of other people. So, but this is for history of what I thought about the election and what I think of things. It doesn't matter if nobody sees it now. It matters if somebody's going to see it in the future. But this is what I was thinking about, in a sense. And this happened to me and my brother. And Fernando, if you're out there, You'll know that I'm speaking the truth. This is the thing. When me and my brother were very young, maybe he was 9 and I was 8. Let's put it like that. My mother, who passed away, well, she was always sick in the 1970s, always sick with her stomach, something. Okay, she was poisoned by bad milk when she was young, and she never was the same since. But this is the thing: she let us stay at our grandmother's house, meaning the mother of our father, who passed away also. Okay, all of them did. My mother, my grandmother, and my father. But this is the thing: this is about our grandmother, Natalie. Me and Fernanda were arguing. I mean, she just bought us some toys and stuff like that from Woolworths or whatever the hell it was, you know. And then we were just arguing, or we were talking a lot of stuff and a lot of whatever it was. And we were small boys. And then I'll never forget it as long as I live. Doña Nate, Doña is like a respectful title. It's like madam or something like that or whatever to an old lady. You understand what I'm saying? And she left us cold turkey. She just left us in the middle of the block. She just kept on walking. She said, "The hell with you guys, okay? Listen, you're acting so bad that I'm gonna leave you right here." Now we followed her back home to, not home, our home, but home, where we were staying, with her. So we weren't lost or anything like that. She didn't leave us cold turkey, but she kept on walking ahead of us. I'll never forget that. And the same impression I got of Harris is this nation, this great nation, is going to vote for this piece of crap? Why I say piece of crap? Isn't that the meaning for a human being? This guy, okay, all right, okay, allegedly, okay, and it was proven in the courts, okay, has sex out of wedlock. I mean, not out of wedlock, but had adultery, committed adultery with a woman, okay, who he paid hush money to. He used to say, "Grab them by the pussy cat." You understand what I'm saying? Forget about the word cat. I'm just saying, just in case some children are listening to this, I just don't want to put it at one word. That's what you're talking about. That's what the Republicans, those so-called born again Christians, voted for. Piece of crap like that. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, if you talk crap, you're a piece of crap. By their fruits you shall know them. A good fountain cannot give fresh water and salt water at the same time. It's either going to give off water or crap. That's it. And when I saw Harris in that, it wasn't an interview, it was a press conference. Okay, it was one of the last ones that she did. I think she did it in October, or maybe October 20th. I don't know, maybe on her birthday. Who knows? But when she turned around, it was like a violent. I'm not gonna say violent, but it was like a stark, turning of the back to the press. The press wanted answers. She said, "The hell with it." It's like she knew she was going to lose. And remember that she's the vice president. She has information that the pollsters don't have, okay? She knew she was in trouble. She knew she was in trouble with the Spanish vote, with the black vote, with people who are not educated, those knuckleheads and stuff like that, and bimbos who spoke about abortions and didn't come out to vote for her. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. She knew she was in trouble. She knew she was going to lose. You think that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris didn't know they were going to lose? You're talking about that everything gets put their way for national security. And even to protect Trump. Okay? I mean, he could talk to the Secret Service. The Secret Service has information about about what's going on in the election before the election takes place that we don't even have. We're looking at CNN and all this bullshit, and I'm not looking at Fox. So people look at facts at CSNBC and NBC and ABC and all this garbage, and all this. These polls were all wrong, except for the ones that had him in the lead. Okay, they were right, but not to a certain degree that like 6 points up or whatever the case may be. They knew they were going to lose. they were going to lose. They were going to lose. Of course they were going to lose. I wasn't confident about it. She knew she was going to lose, and she knew that she was going to lose during the night of the election, because she retired. She didn't want to come out, and she wanted, all the mail-in votes to come in and stuff like that. But when you do that, okay, you kind of mimic what Hillary Clinton did in 2016. She did the same thing, then came out the next day saying, well, we can cheat. Oh, come on, man. These people knew that they were going to lose already. They were going to lose already. They knew it, though, because of national security. You have to know these things before it happens. They have to know how many people registered. You understand what I'm saying? They have to know the number. They have to know. We don't get that information, but maybe I would say that the president gets that information, okay, who voted for whom, okay, all right? And who's out there that's registered Democrat and Republicans and all of this stuff. They have some idea. That's why you see limousines, okay, of the Secret Service. You understand what I'm saying? Pop up in somebody's front yard. You understand what I'm saying? Just before the election is called. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know. Listen. We could talk until we're blue in the face. This is not the last election. You understand what I'm saying? So this idea that you're not going to have to vote anymore, I mean, like he was saying and stuff like that, he wanted to get a lot of stuff out there on CNN, so CNN will drown out Harris. And then they bought into it, hook, line, and sinker, and the stinking people at CNN, okay, I love CNN, but I'm going to call them the stinking people at CNN, they bought into it. They reported every stinking thing that he did, drowning out any message that Harris had that day. And then they're like puppies, oh, they're so sad. Look at the countenance of CNN, and what was me? Well, you caused it. You caused the crap. You caused the crap. Why? Well, you reported every stinking thing that he did, everything that he said. It's like CNN was working for Trump, though. They weren't. They were working for his ass. I'm just saying. They weren't on his freaking payroll. I mean, metaphorically, I'm talking about, not actually. Every stupid thing he said, CNN was there saying it. Like, damn it, just ignore the guy. And then it's so sad when Harris lost. Of course, you spoke about every stinking thing that he did, drowning out Harris every stinking day. God! And then they have the gall to ask the experts what happened. Okay, is that what I'm saying? That's the stupid thing. Let me just touch the picture. You know what I mean? It's absolutely amazing what Harris did in the campaign. Getting 71 million people to vote for her, man. That's a woman. She didn't get the bro vote. The bros? She got the broads, but she didn't get the bros. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what the black population is thinking about it. And this is not coming from me. This is a quote from CNN. The sellouts, meaning the people who were minorities. Okay. They were selling out to this guy. You're not going to get a check, guys. I'm sorry to break it down to you, man. You ain't getting no check. Now, if you get a check, you're going to get it because the economy, okay, we're in a recession because of the punk that you put in office. And let me tell you something right now. You know? I don't mind inflation being a little bit high. That means I'm going to get more in my check. Okay, is that what I'm saying? Can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait for that to happen because, all the Republicans, those punks, that voted for Trump are going to have egg on their face. And they were bitching, whining, and complaining about the economy and eggs on the table and bacon. Well, you're not going to have a job. How about that? At least you have a job now. By the time he leaves, you ain't going to have no job. You understand what I'm saying? If it was like the last time, you ain't gonna have a job. There'll be another pandemic with that crazy idiot, Bobby Kennedy running the health department. I mean, good God! Come on, man. You gonna put Bobby Kennedy in charge of the health department, somebody who doesn't believe in vaccines? Come on, man. You gotta be some kind of idiot, fool. So don't bitch you want to complain, man. Oh, he gave me a check last time. He gave me a check. I mean, how stupid can you be, man? No wonder your mother wants you out of the house, man, because you play so many video games in her basement. You understand what I'm saying? You're just so stupid. Now, I'm not talking about a particular race. I'm talking about young people now. That's a natural thing to say. How can Spanish people sell out, okay, to this guy, or black people, whatever the case may be? It's not a racist comment. I'm just saying. You know what he thinks about us as minorities. You know what he said about the Central Park thing, or whatever the case may be, that the black people should be executed and stuff like that, and they were innocent, those people down there. I'm just asking a question. How can people who are black, can you tell me, please? Maybe he's going to put a commentary. How can someone, what, the economy? He can't even stay out of jail. Come on. Man, my throat hurts. I'm just saying, man. I'm busting my ass over here for nothing. Because nobody's gonna listen, man. These people are idiots. They're like in the cult of Jim Jones that you couldn't get out. You just couldn't get out. You were just magnetized to see the problem is when people have. He's not a handsome guy. Okay, he's not like Joseph Smith or like Jim Jones or like somebody, you know what I mean? But there is something to Trump that he has charisma, and that is one of the key elements of being involved, attached to somebody in a cult. I'm just telling you right now, man. People can't get out. They can't get out. Denise can't get out for the life of her. She can't get out. He even said it himself. Am I saying something different than he? Let me quote him. He said, quote, I could take a gun and shoot somebody in Manhattan in Central Park and my followers will still follow me, end quote. Come on, man. Come on. It's true. Because, see, and one of the reasons is that a Republican that can never vote for a Democrat is these damn abortions. Because as bad as he is, and he stinks to high heaven, he stinks though. They can't vote Democratic because they think they're having part in killing the life of a baby. You know, Harris has to run on some other issues, man. Tell him right now, I don't think that... listen, if I was Harris, I would do something like this, and I'll let you go. Because I could talk to a blue in the face. I gave you the facts. I wouldn't mention abortion one time in the next campaign. I wouldn't mention abortion the next... everybody knows you're for abortion, and you're going to protect abortion rights. Listen, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Talk about what the people want to hear. If the economy stinks in the next 4 years... talk about the freaking economy. And if the border is not fixed in the next 4 freaking years, you harp on that, just like they harped on it with you. Against you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you do. You go against them the same way they went against you and Uncle Joe. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Now, listen, I think they're going to vote, they're going to run again, because I think Tim Walz says, well, you know, to this effect that, you keep on trying or whatever the case may be. Okay? I think that they're going to, I think that she's going to run again. Now, she only has 2 more shots, 2 more attempts. She'll be 64 in the second attempt and 68 in the other. Okay? And that's it, man. Father Time catches up with you. It caught up with Clinton. She's in her 70s. She can't run. And it's really the donors, like the donors, who the donors want to give the money to. You know what I mean? Do they want to give she did very good in donations. What, $500 million she raised, or whatever the case may be, in 107 days? I think that'll be for her. I think so. But there comes a time where these donors, they say, well, the hell with Harris. I mean, she already lost 3 times. I ain't going to give her any more money. Because the donors were were falling away from Joe. The donorship wasn't there. You can have your war chest all you want to, but I mean, you need donors. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, all I said was true. Let's see what the next 4 years brings. Now, the midterm elections are very, very important, but that's going to happen around 2026. And hopefully, that goes our way, as they see that the Republicans don't know what the hell they're doing. That's all. The Republicans don't know how to run a country, so they're going to mess up. And so we're going to be there to pick up the pieces again. We have to see, the problem is we have to clean the slop of the Republicans, and it takes up so much energy and so much time, okay, that we're the ones looking bad in the other election coming up for us. See, we had to clean the slop of the pandemic and the war. You know what I mean? And so we look so bad because we're busy cleaning their crap. That's the problem. We can't get a clean slate. So if Harris comes in, okay, she has to clean the mess yet again as president. And there's people so blind they can't see that. So if it takes her time to clean up whatever catastrophe that Trump may leave on her plate to clean up in 68, well, she's gonna have only 4 years to clean that mess up, and then when she runs in 2032, is amazing, right? How the time is flying. In 2032. Well, it might not be fair because the economy is not going to maybe be so strong. It'll be probably the same way that it is now. Because she had to clean another mess up, though. We'll see. Very interesting stuff, though. Very interesting. This is Angelo Quinones giving glory. And I'm sorry about the strong language, guys. I usually don't use strong language. And nothing that I was saying was of racism at all. The funny thing about this, and I was saying this in my first video, I was saying, drivers can't say to black people, go to the back of the bus, because black people are driving the bus. They can tell you to go to the back of the bus if you're white or black or Spanish or Asian, whatever the case may be. Isn't that funny? Isn't that not funny, but funny, strange how life is sometimes? In the 1950s, okay, all right, drivers were telling, okay, black people to go to the back of the bus, man. The back. Why? Are you greater than I am? The back of the bus? Why can't I go to the front of the bus? What the hell? Why? The back of the freaking bus? Who the hell are you? But now, forget about a black man, but a black, that's I even put it even worse for people who think like that still. A black woman can drive the bus. There were a lot of people who were black women, and not a lot, but a few people. I could think of one who was a black woman in Far Rockaway, a black woman driver. And she was telling people to get the behind the bus. She was telling people to get behind the bus. And that was that was not that long ago. You understand what I mean? It's amazing. It's amazing how things change, She did well. I'm proud of Harris. I really love Harris. But these damn abortions, man, first of all, they have to stop. But the Democratic Party are always for abortions. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's why, Republicans can't vote, for that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, they're going to have to protect the life of the mother. I understand that. But this idea that you can have recreational abortion, I call it recreational abortion. That's what I call it. You don't have to call it like that. That's what I call it. I call it recreational abortion. It's like recreational marijuana. You understand what I'm saying? What is recreational abortion? What is that? I never heard that, Angelo, before. Well, you got teenage pregnancies, or teenage people who become pregnant, or people who become pregnant and they don't want they don't want the baby, and then they want to get an abortion. That's recreational abortion. I don't believe in it. Ain't nobody told you to open your legs wide like the Lincoln Tunnel. You understand what I'm saying? And have sex with somebody that you didn't want to have sex with, or your boyfriend, and then you got into trouble, or you wanted to have sex with the person and stuff like that, and then you don't want to get pregnant. What the hell are you having sex for then? I'm just saying. Why does a baby have to die because of your stupid sin? See, this is the thing that I have an issue with the Democrats, but I can never be a Republican. I can't be a Republican. Not now, anyway. I could have been a Reagan Republican. You understand what I'm saying? But a freaking Republican in MAGA now? I can't. Oh, come on. So the same people that don't want to become, but this is hypocrisy, though. There's always two sides to every coin and two sides to every story. The same people who don't want to vote Democratic because they think that their vote is gonna cancel a life of a baby is voting for Trump, who incited a riot in the Capitol, and 5 people died over there at the Capitol, whatever the case may be. A lady was shot, and some police officers died. Police officers committed suicide. A police officer, had a heart attack, and so you voted for that guy, and that guy caused, deaths at the Capitol. And even in his campaign, death still followed him in 2024. As he was shot himself, and one of his supporters was killed. It's like, I'm not going to say that death follows this guy all the time, but you don't see that at the Democratic side. Okay? And I think that, one of the persons who were would-be assassins was a Republican. He used to give money for Trump in his campaign. I think that's what it was. It wasn't like a Democrat did that. And you can't bitch and whine and complain and say, "Oh, well, you got to lower down the temperature because somebody's gonna get hurt." Yeah, do you lower down the temperature? You didn't lower down the temperature because you thought that temperature could win you an election, and it did, but only for the time. It's only for one term. That's it. Trump has one more term, and he's out, and we don't have to see his ugly face ever again. This is Angelo Quinones giving glory to God the Father, to the Lord Jesus Christ, and in the Holy Spirit. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And that means that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were very much alive at the time that Jesus said those words. Please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up. And please leave your comment on the screen. I'll tell you, it's very interesting. I love history. History is very interesting. And when God allows something, he allows it. When he takes something away, nobody can put back. I think the lesson of this conversation that we had today is that we should fear God. I'm telling you. When you take that oath, okay, and you put your hand on the Bible on Inauguration Day, that's a very serious thing. Kennedy didn't hold it seriously, committing adultery while he was yet in office. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't take it seriously, and he got popped. I'm just saying. You can't spit on the face of God. You can't spit on the face of God. You can't do it, man. Kennedy, the Constitution was a joke to him. Swearing on it and doing whatever the hell you wanted to do. And happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Sung by Marilyn Monroe. I wonder what Jackie Kennedy had thought of that. It's like if I was in office and a man would be singing to my wife, happy birthday to you, like in a sensual way like that. What the hell would I think? And Democrats and Republicans, these people could do, they think they could do whatever the hell they want to do. That's the problem. We all got to give an account to God. And I'm speaking now as a Bible preacher and a teacher. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? We all got to give an account to God. These two people this is no threats involved here. There's no threats. I'm a legally blind person. There's no threats. And if I had 20/20 vision, I wouldn't be making any threats. You understand what I'm saying? I'm legally blind. I'm not blind. I have useful eyesight, but I see everything small. There's no threats coming here. I'm a born-again Christian, like I said before. There's no threats. I just give you the facts. that we all have to die one of these days, and that's including these two people right here, who are part of the human race. We have to die. And it's bullshit glory, man. It's just bullshit. It really is. It's crap. You know, it's just wanting to become president. Sometimes it's just vain glory. Well, I get my glory. Yeah, but the thing is, it's only for a little while. Look at Obama. He got his glory. Is he getting glory every day like that? Look at Bush. He got his glory. He doesn't even show his face. You understand what I'm saying? It's vainglory. You come in office and you fix everything up, and you try to do the best you can anyway. And then somebody else comes in and then they sign executive orders that stamps out what you did all those 4 or 8 years, and then what you did is nothing. And Obama, I love Obama. I voted for Barack. He's the only person I ever voted for. But the problem is that he said, you know, the problem is for us Christian people that he said he was going to change the world. He didn't change anything. The world is worse. He changed nothing. Some people are bitching and whining and complaining about Obamacare. It might not even be there. I don't think it's going to be evaporated or annihilated. I think he's just going to, you know, whatever works, and whatever doesn't work, you can't replace Obamacare with what? I got concepts of a plan. Concepts. Come on, man. Concepts. There's no time for concepts, man. Well, I'll let you go, guys. This is Angelo Quinones. Take care. Bye-bye. Please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up. And please leave your comment on the screen. Thank you. Bye-bye. I can never find that button. Is that what I'm saying? Let's see if I can find it now. Let me see. Where is it, though? Oh, it's down there. Okay, let me move it up here a little bit. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.